When I go walking with my family, we walk back to our house, me and my family. Me and my family. Me and my family. Me and my family.
Hi, I'm Monta Briant. Welcome to Module 1 of the Baby Sign Language Basics online learning series. Each of the following 12 lessons includes a thematic lesson, including American Sign Language, or ASL signs, signing strategies for things such as getting your baby's attention or recognizing baby's early sign approximations, fun signing activities that engage your baby, and song and book recommendations that reflect that week's theme. At the end of this first lesson, you'll have the option to subscribe to the Complete Learning series and open a window into your baby's mind and personality. Different signs are useful for different families, and everyone will have their own favorites, so just choose a few at a time to work with that are fun and useful for your family, and you can add more whenever you feel ready. In this first lesson, I'm going to teach you how to get started signing with your baby. You'll learn how to sign as you feed, bathe, and change your baby, as well as during playtime, storytime, and songs. Let me just take a moment to define baby sign language for you. Baby sign language is the practice of using symbolic gestures to enhance our normal everyday interactions with our baby. Now, using gestures is something that we use to enhance our communication all the time. For example, I'm sure every baby in the world does this one, right? And what's that mean? Of course, we all know it means pick me up, and we don't even have to teach that to our baby. They just do it naturally. And as adults, maybe if we're giving driving directions, we'd say, turn right when you get to the gas station, and then go straight for a little while, and then hang a left at the next stop sign. Or we might use our hands to describe the size or shape of something. Please get me one that's about this long. Or, yeah, it was kind of round, sort of like this, with a thing on the end. So, by using some American Sign Language signs with our baby during our normal daily routines and interactions, we're simply expanding on what comes naturally anyway. The Baby Sign Language Basics method uses American Sign Language signs, the same signs used by the deaf in the US and most of Canada. American Sign Language signs are not universal around the world, so if you live in another part of the world, you may want to replace the signs I teach in this video with signs from your local sign language. This will be especially important if you have a deaf or hard of hearing family member, or especially if your baby is hearing impaired. The techniques I'm going to demonstrate in these lessons will all remain the same with any sign language. All you'd need to replace would be the actual signs themselves. Even countries that share the same spoken language each have their own unique sign language. You can easily find the signs for your local sign language by using your search engine to find a website in your country, or by purchasing a sign language dictionary. I'm sure you're eager to get started, but when's the best time to start signing with your baby? Babies in my classes come as early as 6 months of age, and by the end of the 12 weekly classes, most of them are already starting to sign back. Babies who start around 10 months or older often will imitate signs right in the first class, and will start using signs to get their needs met in just a couple of weeks. Take note that very young babies will take longer to begin producing signs. Babies under the age of 6 months have limited motor coordination, and they also have limited long-term memory. So, if you decide to start early, please remember to be patient. It's important to remember that your baby will be benefiting from your signing long before your baby can sign back to you. And your baby will respond to your signs in other ways. For example, getting excited when you sign milk, or looking for the family dog when you sign dog. And while it's not typical, I have seen babies as young as 5 or 6 months of age begin to do a sign or two, including my own son Aiden, who signed at 6 months old. Okay, now it's time to start signing. To get the quickest results signing with your baby, I recommend choosing 2 different kinds of signs: routine signs and motivating signs. Routine signs are those signs that help your baby express their basic needs that you use during daily routines throughout the day. Routine signs will help your baby to ask when they need to nurse, or if they need a diaper change, for example. And because you repeat them often throughout the day, routine signs help you get into the habit of signing and help your baby build comprehension through repetition. Some good routine signs to start with are milk, more, and eat. Now you're probably thinking that these routine signs are the most important ones you use with your baby, right? But there is another category of signs that are even more important to your baby, and these I call the motivating signs. Good motivating signs are signs like airplane, dog, and ceiling fan. There are so many things in this world that our babies want to ask and tell us about, things they can't communicate by crying. For example, I hear an airplane, or where's the dog? Motivating signs enable babies to express things that they don't have any other way to communicate. By using both kinds of signs with your baby, both routine and motivating, you'll be giving your baby the tools he needs to express his needs, thoughts, ideas, and preferences. Babies can even ask questions with signing. Signing truly opens a window into your baby's mind and personality. Now I'd like to share some tips for signing success with you. The first tip is always sign in your baby's field of vision. You can try signing as you sit across from your baby while you play or feed your baby. Or if your baby's attention is focused on something else, you can try moving your sign so that it's in front of your baby so they can see your sign and what they're interested in at the same time. Let's pretend this bear is my baby.
Oh, look at the ball. That's your ball. Is that your purple ball?
Next tip for success is to always say the word as you sign it. Saying the word as you sign it, kitty, kitty, for example, is very important because, of course, for most babies, using signs is just going to be a bridge until they can communicate through words. So you do want your baby to learn to first recognize the spoken word and then later sign it, and then eventually they'll be able to say the word. So very important to say the word when you sign it. Tip number 3 is to always accompany the sign with the appropriate facial expression. Facial expression is very important in sign language, and sometimes a facial expression can be one of the only differences between two signs that have similar hand shapes. For example, the sign for pig, oink, 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 and the sign for dirty, ew, don't put that in your mouth, it's dirty. The facial expression is very important to tell those two signs apart and really clarifies the meaning. And then the next tip is always sign in context. Your baby's going to learn the most effectively if you sign about things that are actually happening. For example, if you wanted to teach your baby some animal signs, they wouldn't learn very well if you said, let's see, what animals did we see at the zoo last week? We saw a giraffe and we saw a lion. They're going to be looking around going, what are you signing about? It's better if you're at the zoo going, oh, wow, look at that, that's a giraffe. Look at his big long neck. Or, oh, look at the lion, rawr, doesn't he have a big fluffy mane? Lion. Or you could look at pictures in a book or stuffed animals. And that's the way your baby is going to get the meaning most clearly. And last but not least, be sure to use signs that are fun and motivating. Your baby is most likely to want to use those signs that help him express those things that he can't communicate any other way and that he gets excited about and wants to get his hands on. Here are a couple of fun, motivating games you can play with your baby. To teach the sign for more, try using the sign with many different things your baby loves, such as with bubbles or pushing on a swing. To remind myself to sign during the day with my baby, I tried to make a point to sing a little song every time I'd change her diaper. For example, I'd sing Wheels on the Bus. Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. And then I'd pause between each verse and sign, do you want more wheels on the bus? And then I'd grab her little feet and go, wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. Wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. My baby loved this so much that every time I'd change her diaper, she would sign more to me for more wheels on the bus, even before I'd started singing the song. You can find dozens of more ideas like this in my book, Sign, Sing, and Play, Fun Signing Activities for You and Your Baby. You can get the book either separately or as part of my Sign, Sing, and Play kit, which also includes the Songs for Little Hands, music CD and activity guide, and also a set of 50 full-color ASL flashcards. Another really fun activity for including signs is story time. Parents who sign with their babies find that their babies tend to show a lot more interest in books. This is probably because having signs makes a story time a lot more interactive for your baby. They can comment on the pictures, or they can even ask for a specific book. For example, they can sign Kitty and point to their bookshelf for the Kitty book. One of my favorite books for teaching first signs is The Baby's First Signs book by Kim Votri and Kurt Waller, published by Gallaudet University Press. This is my own son's very well-loved copy. Let's read a couple of pages. Milk. Look, the little boy's having some milk. Eat. This boy is eating his food. Look, he has a hat. Bird. Now it's time for a song. Today's song is a really easy one from the Songs for Little Hands activity guide that I co-created with my sister Susan Z, who's an award-winning singer and songwriter. The activity guide shows all the lyrics and the signs that go with each song so you can learn to do the songs at home with your baby.
You ready for the milk? Milk.
Milk in the morning, milk at noon, milk at night by the light of the moon. Milk is what my baby eats, milk is for my baby sweet. Milk. Milk in the morning, milk at noon, milk at night by the light of the moon. Milk is what my baby eats, milk is for my baby sweet. Milk's a treat. All done, yay! Today you've learned what baby sign language is, when to start, which signs to start with, and some key points for success. Parents who come to my live classes pay $125 for the 12-lesson series. Now, for just $39.99, you can subscribe to the full series and have all 12 lessons to watch at your convenience. Just click the button below to subscribe now.
When I go walking with my family, we walk through the neighborhood and this is what we see. When I go